it's Stephanie Everett, and welcome back to the Suburban Chateau. Today I'm here at my antique booth, and it's the post-Christmas reset. This is going to be the first major reset I've done with the booth since we opened up in August. So I'm kind of excited. I want to move some things around so that when people come back, it doesn't look static and it doesn't look the same. I still got a lot of the same things here, but I'm going to try to move them around and make it look just a little bit more refreshed for the new year. If you haven't seen some of my previous videos, let me tell you a little bit about my antique booth. It's in a wonderful antique mall in Duncansville, Pennsylvania, called the Antique Depot. And it's one of my favorite places to go to look for antiques. And it has lots and lots of dealers. It has a flea market attached to it. It is sort of a hub of our antiquing district in my area. And it was a bucket list type of thing. I saw a section of booths come open last spring, and I inquired. I was put on a waiting list, and I got the call mid-summer. And since I'm a teacher, the only time that I could ever approach this setup would have been in the summer. And so I seized the opportunity. I'm getting really close to maybe in the next couple of years retiring as a teacher. And I wanted to see if this is something that would be viable for me. And I've had a blast putting it together. Now, the infrastructure of my booth, I like it to stay the same. So that would be the two corner cupboards that are in the back corners. And then I have another little cabinet that's up front. And today I'm just moving some of my pieces around, kind of maybe giving people a different perspective to look at. A really good example is this tea set that I'm putting together here. I had it on a couple of different shelves, but the whole thing goes together. It's a 7-piece set. So I wanted to put it all together so people could see what the 7-piece set was. And then I'm pretty excited because this is the first time I'm adding jewelry to the booth. And I don't have a locked jewelry case. So right now we're just doing costume items and a few bracelets just to get started. Nothing that I'm going to be sad about if something happens to. I just put a few pieces out that I've collected along the years. So I just had a little bracelet holder and some necklace holders, and we went from there. Also, I just wanted to maybe update the booth a little bit thinking spring. You'll notice I have quite a lot of florals in the booth. And I guess that's kind of the colors I was going for, especially to draw your eye in the back, are the spring colors. I had this awesome hat that I found, and it just didn't fit me. I bought it last year. I kind of thought I was going to have a stylized look, and it was just a little tight on me. So it's a leather hat. I put it right in the booth, and I'm hopeful that it will do well. One of the specialty items that I definitely carry quite a bit of in my booth are nicer purses, leather purses. Now, being a teacher, I have always loved purses and collecting them and using them. And then when I look at the next purse, I try to go ahead and replace it. So it goes into the booth, and it's a great way to sort of repurpose them and be able to sell them as well. So I did add quite a few purses to the booth this time. And I'm excited to see how well they'll do. But all I do is I just try to mix them up so your eye catches something different every time. Now, one of the things I was thinking about in this reset was taking some of the items that have been there in the booth for a while, but maybe just repositioning, because many people come down the aisles one direction and they might not see your entire booth because they're looking forward going one direction. So I started to move things around from side to side. So if you didn't see it on the one side, you might have seen it coming the other way. It's something I actually do in antique stores when I want to see if I've missed anything, because you're looking for something specific. I will reverse direction, or one time I'm in an antique store, I'll go one direction down the line, and then the next time I'll go a different way. As you know, I'm kind of new to this antique booth business, but one thing I try to do every time I leave the booth is just take kind of a video pass of everything. So I know where every last basket was put, where I hung every purse, what the shelves look like with the reset, all of the things that are new to the booth, I try to capture on video. And that is mostly for me, so that when I come back the next time, I can see what is sold pretty quickly. If I go back and scan that video, I can kind of see, or if something's gotten moved, or if somebody's moved something out of the way in the booth. It really helps me. I'm a very visual person. It's about the only way I can figure how things go together. And I'm pretty happy with the reset. One thing, I did not bring my pegboard hooks, and so there's a couple empty spots up top, which I'm going to try to get next time. There's my jewelry, some new pieces here. And here's the last little bit, the last corner of the booth. And just some final adjustments. I just moved a purse or two, switched colors around, and I'm pretty pleased with how it looks. I'd love to hear any comments you might have, or any suggestions you might have for improving my booth. I always love to hear your comments, and keep them coming in 2024. I love to hear from you guys and to hear the kinds of things that you like to see in the booth. And for me, it's things I've collected over the years, or things I've upscaled, like these baskets that I paint. But I would love to hear some of your comments as well. A lot of my friends questioned me when I first opened up the antique booth. Why on earth would I want to put together something like an antique booth and take the chance to start something new like this business? And I am an incredibly busy teacher during the school year, and a musician. I keep busy all of the time. But for me, this was just an opportunity to use my creative talents and to try to set something up. And for me, the neat thing about the Antique Mall is they take care of the overhead, a lot of the business side of things, and all I have to do is, of course, pay my rent, but come in and set things up and make it look beautiful and add things and do right what I'm doing right here, zhuzhing it and making it the best booth that I can. So for me, it was a creative pursuit and a creative challenge. I'm having a great time with it. I'm not making tons of money on it, but we're covering what we need to, and I'm just having a lot of fun. Thanks so much for coming along with me as we reset the booth for 2024, and looking forward to a lot more exciting content in the new year.